Are you a tourist or a traveler? It's not just about the label, but the essence of your journey. This question might seem superficial at first glance, but it's more profound than you might think. It's about how you interact with the world around you, how you engage with cultures different from your own, and how you grow from these experiences. Imagine this. A tourist is someone who brings their environment with them wherever they go. They stick to well-trodden paths and familiar comforts. On the other hand, a traveler is someone who immerses themselves in their surroundings, learning and adapting as they journey through life. In the next few minutes, we're going to explore these concepts through personal travel stories. These narratives will highlight the distinct experiences of being a tourist versus being a traveler, revealing the unique rewards that each path can offer. So, let's dive into these stories and find out what type of journey suits you best. Picture this. You're in Paris, the city of love and lights. You're following a tightly packed itinerary, visiting every famous landmark you can squeeze into your schedule. You can't help but feel a rush of excitement as you pull out your map, marking off the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, the Champs-Élysées. The city of Paris seems like a treasure trove waiting to be explored, and you're eager to uncover all its gems. But as the days pass by, you find yourself in a constant race against time. You're shuffling through the crowds at the Louvre, barely getting a moment to appreciate the Mona Lisa's enigmatic smile. You're rushing up the Eiffel Tower, your heartbeat syncing with the ticking of your watch. You're wolfing down a croissant on the go, barely tasting the buttery flakiness that Parisian bakeries are famed for. You're navigating through the city, not by the charming cobblestone streets, but by the glare of your smartphone screen. You're ticking off landmarks one after the other, but you're not taking a moment to breathe in the Parisian air, to soak in the Parisian sun, to listen to the Parisian chatter. You're in Paris, but are you truly experiencing Paris? And then there's the Notre Dame Cathedral. You see it, but do you feel the weight of its centuries-old history? Do you hear the echoes of Quasimodo's bell in the silence of the night? Do you sense the stories etched into its ancient stones? You're capturing the city through your lens, but are you capturing it through your senses? You're collecting souvenirs, but are you collecting memories? You're speaking the language of tourism, but are you speaking the language of the city? So at the end of your trip, as you're boarding your flight back home, you look back at the city that was your home for a few days. You've seen Paris, you've photographed Paris, you've checked off Paris from your travel bucket list. But did you feel Paris? Did you taste Paris? Did you listen to Paris? As a tourist, you can say you've been to Paris, but did you really experience Paris? Now, imagine you're back in Paris, but this time, you're a traveler. You don't have a rigid itinerary. Instead, you have a desire to explore and understand. Picture this. You're wandering aimlessly through the labyrinthine streets of Montmartre, the artist's quarter, with no real destination in mind. You stumble upon a quaint local cafe tucked away in a quiet corner, far from the bustling tourist spots. The aroma of freshly ground coffee beans and warm croissants wafts through the air, pulling you inside. You don't rush. You sit, you sip, you savor, and you observe the Parisians around you, living their everyday lives. The next day, you decide to explore the Marais, a historic district known for its narrow, winding streets and vibrant local life. You find yourself lost in a maze of charming boutiques, vintage bookstores, and vibrant markets. You stop for lunch at a local bistro where you strike up a conversation with the locals next to you. You share stories, you laugh, and you learn about their culture, their life, their Paris. As the sun begins to set, you find yourself by the Seine, watching the city of lights sparkle to life. The Eiffel Tower, though a magnificent sight, is not your only focus. You watch the locals. Some are reading by the river, others are sharing a bottle of wine with friends. You're not merely observing, you're participating, soaking in the Parisian way of life. Some days you visit the popular monuments, but you also explore the lesser-known corners, the hidden gems. You visit the local markets, try the street food, and even learn a few French phrases. You're not just ticking off a checklist, you're immersing yourself in the city, its people, its culture. You don't just take pictures, you create memories. You don't just eat, you taste. You don't just see, you experience. You're not just in Paris, you are Paris. As a traveler, you didn't just visit Paris, you lived Paris. So, what's the difference between these two experiences? Why does it matter? Well, let's break it down, shall we? The tourist and the traveler, though embarking on similar paths, walk with different strides. The tourist, while certainly enjoying the beauty of their destination, often views their surroundings through the lens of their own culture. They seek out comforts familiar to them, stick to well-trodden paths, and at the end of the day, return to their own environment, albeit in a new location. It's a bit like taking a slice of home wherever they go. On the other hand, the traveler immerses themselves in the culture of their destination. They wander off the beaten track, engage with the locals, try new foods, learn the language, and in the process, they gain a deeper understanding of the world around them. They take their surroundings and weave it into their own being, broadening their horizon and enriching their perspective. They aren't just visitors, they become part of the fabric of the place they're in. But why does this distinction matter? The depth of experience is a key factor here. Being a tourist often means skimming the surface of a location, capturing photos of famous landmarks and ticking boxes off a checklist. It's not a bad thing, but it's a different kind of adventure. Being a traveler, however, is about diving deep, understanding the heartbeat of a place, its people, its history, its soul. It's a journey of personal growth, of expanding one's worldview and challenging preconceived notions. Moreover, the traveler's approach encourages sustainable and responsible tourism. By engaging with the local community, respecting their culture and traditions, we contribute to the preservation of their unique identity and the protection of their environment. In the grand scheme of things, whether you're a tourist or a traveler isn't a matter of superiority or judgment. It's about the kind of experience you seek, the memories you want to make, and the lessons you're willing to learn. The difference lies not in the destination, but in the journey and what you take away from it. So, after these stories, do you see yourself as a tourist or a traveler? Now let's take a moment to ponder. When you think back to your past journeys, or even when you're planning your next, do you find yourself drawn towards the well-trodden path, or do you yearn for the road less traveled? There's a certain comfort in being a tourist, isn't there? You get to see the world's greatest landmarks, indulge in the most famous cuisines, and witness the most celebrated traditions. It's like flipping through a glossy magazine of the world, each page a vibrant postcard of a new destination. You carry your world with you, experiencing different cultures through a familiar lens. But then there's the allure of being a traveler, the thrill of stepping off the beaten path, the excitement of immersing yourself in a new culture, the joy of learning a foreign language, and the satisfaction of breaking bread with locals. It's about embracing uncertainty and stepping outside of your comfort zone. It's like reading an engrossing novel, each chapter revealing a deeper understanding of the world and of yourself. You become a part of the places you visit, and they become a part of you. Consider your personal goals and interests. Are you seeking relaxation and luxury, or are you after growth and self-discovery? Each type of travel offers its own unique rewards. Being a tourist provides a stress-free, curated experience, while being a traveler offers a chance for personal development and cultural immersion. It's all about understanding your own desires and aligning your travel style accordingly. Whether you're a tourist or a traveler, it's your journey, your story. The world is a beautiful book, and those who do not travel read only one page. So what kind of a reader are you? Remember, there's no right or wrong way to travel, only your way. So are you a tourist or a traveler? So we've journeyed through Paris as both a tourist and a traveler, and discussed the difference between the two. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. A tourist, in essence, carries their own environment with them wherever they go. They seek comfort, familiarity, and often choose to experience new places through a lens of preconceived notions. On the other hand, a traveler is someone who immerses themselves into the surroundings, learning from the environment and the people, experiencing the culture firsthand and absorbing every nuance of the journey. They embrace the unfamiliar, stepping out of their comfort zone to truly understand and appreciate the essence of the places they visit. So it's not about being a tourist or a traveler. It's about how you choose to experience your journey. It's about what you seek from your travels, what you bring to it, and what you take away from it. So, next time you plan a trip, ask yourself, do you want to take your environment with you, or do you want to learn from your surroundings? It's your journey. Choose wisely.